Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here this afternoon as we say a fond farewell to our 47th student member of the board, Peniel Savannah, and a warm welcome to our 48th student member of the board. I'm trying to, oh, she's right there. She's right there, and Anuva Malu. And so before we begin this afternoon, I want my colleagues to introduce themselves, on the dais to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, Laura Stewart here from District 4.
Good afternoon, Brenda Wolf, District 5.
Muy buenas tardes, Carla Silvestre, School Board Member at Large.
So you might not know me. Peniel Savannah, outgoing 47th student member of the board.
And
Thomas Taylor, Superintendent and Secretary Treasurer to the board.
yeah, and I'm Julie Yang. I'm really happy to be with all of you this afternoon. And I also would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some of our dignitary and elected officials. I think in the room we have former board member Lynn Harris. Lynn, where are you? And yeah. And Jill Altman-Fowles. Jill, where are you? Yeah, there you go. And we have a number of former student members of the board. Matt Post. And our first ever MCPS student board of member, David Neyman. Yeah. All right. Is Benjamin here? Do you see? Oh, yes, hi. Yes, Benjamin Moskowitz. Oh, and Sammy Saeed is here. All right. Okay, now we also have County Council member joining us. We have Council President Kate Stewart and Council member Andrew Friesen. All right. We also have from Montgomery County delegation, I saw Delegate Lori Charkudian. Okay, and then did I see Delegate Teresa Woolman is here? Yes, yes. And is there all any other delegate in the audience or elective in the audience? So thank you for all of you who joined us this afternoon. We really appreciate you being here today. As Board of Education members, we believe in our students, staff, teachers, and community, and our work is critical in shaping the lives and future of MCPS students. Now, we have a long history at MCPS valuing student leadership. High school and middle school student government were established in the 1950s, and we have SMOB since the 1970s. And the student member board ensure those very students have a seat at the table as we carry out our mission and engage in the important work of governing this school system. And the role of the student member is vital. As we have seen, I have worked with 3 different ones, and to the board's ability to hear, understand, and meet the needs of our students. Today represent that important link between the Board of Education and the students we serve. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite to the table Ms. Karen Bushel, Clerk of the Court for the Circuit Court of Montgomery County, to administer the oath to Ms. Anuva Malu.
Anuva, will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Anuva Malu,
do
solemnly promise and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will,
to
the best of my skill and judgment,
the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without
partiality or prejudice,
partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
student
board member
board member
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations.
Anuva, come on up. Now it's official. Come on up. So, Anuva, we really look forward to work with you. And before you offer your remarks, I want to tell you our colleague Grace Rivera is sick, and she wants to convey her welcome to you to join the board. Okay.
I love my speech down there.
Oh, that's task number one. You have to maneuver these heavy chairs and jump into them.
You might have to readjust it for me.
Yeah, I think that might have to happen. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, MCPS. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for attending, listening in, and for putting me in this position in the first place. I would not be standing here today without you all, and I am incredibly honored to assume this monumental role for the next year. Every interaction I've had with anyone here has shaped me in some way, and each has helped me become the person I am today. Because of that, I promise to do my best to live up to your expectations as Montgomery County's 48th student member of the board. Now, I do have to single out a few people who I drove insane during my campaign, but I will forever be grateful for. First, my mother and father. My mom has always made sacrifices so that I could chase my goals. She is the most selfless person I know and also the smartest. And in fact, today is actually her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
And yet here she is supporting me instead of celebrating. Can we say happy birthday to my mom real quick?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you, Mom, for being my best friend. Now, my dad, of course, I could say the same things, but I want to note something special about him. Anyone who knows us jokes and says that we can talk our way out of anything. Whether it was getting me an extra ice cream at Disney or coaching me before a SMOB panel, my dad has always been there for me. I wouldn't be who I am without him today, and I promise to understand the power of my words just as he taught me, and to be as selfless as my mother as I serve this year. To my two brothers, thank you for sticking with me, even when I know I made things chaotic. The day before filing for SMOB, I went to my older brother expecting to convince him to let me run. Instead, he simply said, "Wow, my sister's gonna be the next SMOB." He never doubted me once, whether it was helping me draft a post or visiting every high school in freezing 32-degree weather to film my first campaign video. He's been my pillar throughout everything. As for my eldest brother and campaign manager, you've always been my biggest role model. I aspire to have your strength and work ethic, and I now realize why, after every emotional moment, good or bad, I immediately reach for the phone to call you. It's because you always knew exactly what to say, and I promise to be a role model, friend, and someone the students of MCPS can rely on, just as you were to me. To my friends and campaign team, every late night post, every annoying repost, every like and share meant the world to me. To Zane, Luca, Nicole, Baumluck, Ash, Adam, and so many others, the hours we spent together, whether ranting about panels or helping me pick outfits out, were unforgettable. I can't wait to continue our friendship and grow as a team. A good team makes a great leader, and thank you for everything. Speaking of friendship, Praneel, Thank you for all the help and support you've offered me during this transition. You've all seen the incredible work he's done in this past year, and I know I have big shoes to fill. I mean, we've seen with this chair. But he's made the process smooth and has set me up to get to work on day one. I hope to live up to the legacy of the 47 SMOBs before me and leave one of my own. To Ms. Cherry and all the teachers I've had, thank you for your patience, especially during the campaign, and for shaping me into who I am. I promise to bring the same thoughtfulness and dedication you've shown me into the boardroom. To Peter Boyko, if only people knew about our late night FaceTime calls throughout the campaign. Peter, your energy is contagious. Whether I was down after a panel or just needed to vent, you were the one I called. Yes, my competitor, the one who I was running against, was the one I looked forward to calling. My parents can confirm this as well. Whenever they asked who I was talking to, it should have been absurd when I answered Peter, but I wasn't, because it was simply Peter Boyko. I wouldn't have wanted to run against anyone else, and I'm so excited to continue our friendship into next year as you join my SMOB Advisory Council on my Chief of Staff. Thank you, Peter. Finally, to Dr. Taylor and the Board of Education, I'm beyond excited to begin working alongside you. I am grateful to be in a county where the SMOB has full voting rights and to have a real seat at the table. Thank you for this opportunity, and I'm so excited for next year. Now, I'm sure you're tired of hearing me thank people, so let me tell you a bit about who Inaugural Malou really is. I've been a MOCO student my whole life, from Cloverleaf Elementary School to Brooks Cheney Middle School to Montgomery Blair High School. For most of my life, my world was only Springbrook, Paint Branch, and Blake. That was all I knew. But after being accepted into Blair's STEM Magnet program, everything changed, and suddenly I was exposed to a far bigger county and more diverse county than I could have ever imagined. Now, I want to be clear. I had always dreamed of running for SMOB since middle school, but it always felt impossible. Once I got to high school, that dream, though, became real. On my very first day at Blair, I faced a culture shock. After cross-country practice, I mentioned my home school in the NEC, and my friends asked, "What school is that?" I was stunned. I mean, my entire world, my schools, my community, they didn't even know that that existed. Of course, though, I was guilty of that as well. For the longest time, I thought Woon and Whitman were the same school, and they was just spelled differently. But moments like those were what launched my journey into student advocacy, into the fight to create equal opportunities and environments for all students across the county. I know so many students who work just as hard or harder than I did, and yet today, some of them don't even attend school anymore. Not because they're lazy, but because they're working multiple jobs, helping their families, or simply trying to survive right now. That should never happen, and especially not in one of the greatest counties in Maryland. During my freshman year, I reconnected with some friends at a football game. I remember thinking I'd see these kids a few years from now and catch up again. But the next day, I opened up Instagram, and I had saw that one of them had passed away. No one had checked on him, and no one had noticed, and I felt too old at 14 years old. Throughout my campaign, I kept hearing similar stories of students who simply disappeared from the system because they were never given the comfort of safety or understanding that they mattered. Later on, I founded my own organization, NDAC, to give a voice to students unsure of where to begin. I testified in Annapolis to this very board, actually, which I'm sitting at today, and so many others. Eventually, I began my campaign for SMOB, and after months of grueling work, way too many TikToks and driving people insane, voting day finally came. Every person I met up until this point has shaped me and added to the voice I will bring to this table. Too often, the students who need to be heard the most are the ones that are drowned out. So here's my final promise to you all. As Montgomery County's 48th student member of the board, I will work my hardest, bring your voice to the table, and start a new change in MCPS. Thank you.
Thank you, Anuva. Thank you. I always, and I think Ms. Wolf said it too, that so many times we all say on the board, our future is bright. We're in good hands with our youth. We really are. Now, next we invite the outgoing member of the board to say a few words. Go ahead, Pranil.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. If you haven't had the chance to tune into one of our lively board meetings, which I promise are more exciting than they sound, my name is Pranil Suvarna, and I've had the immense honor of serving as a 47th student member of the Montgomery County Board of Education. Please, though, due to national circumstances, do not call me number 47. Holding this position, and more importantly, holding the trust of over 160,000 students has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. It's hard to put into words what this year has meant to me, but I'll try, starting with the people who have made this journey unforgettable. Brenda, thank you for always grounding us in equity. Your focus on the end number, on seeing who is truly impacted and how, left a lasting impression. You reminded me that data only matters if we use it to change lives. To Natalie, who couldn't be here today, my seat buddy, thank you for being the person I could glance at when things got tense and find calm in the shared laughter. I hope you're enjoying your trip to Portland. To Rita, thank you for pushing me to think deeper. You never let things slide without critical thought, and our conversations were better and tougher because of you. To Julie, thank you for leading with joy, authenticity, and spirit. Even in our longest meetings, you found a way to bring light and energy. You carry the mantle of president with grace. To Carla, thank you for your perspective, your curiosity, and your heart. The way you think through problems, not just quickly, but meaningfully, is something that I truly admire, and I know I'll carry forward into college. To Grace, who also couldn't be here today, my up-county comrade. Thank you for always repping our side of the county with pride. The which burg is better debate lives on, but let's be real, it's Clarksburg. To Laura, thank you for your precision and clarity. You always asked how we could do better, how we could be more efficient, and because of that, we were better. To Elsie and Tom, thank you for always being there. Whether it was a 10 p.m. call or a random message about something totally unrelated, you made me feel supported, grounded, and never alone. To the entire board staff, you are the unsung heroes. From scheduling to presentations to every little behind-the-scenes detail, you kept the engine running. I saw your work, I appreciated it deeply, and I hope you felt that. To Miss Cherry, I don't even know where to begin. You are the rock behind so much of student leadership in MCPS. Your belief in us and in me meant more than I can explain. Thank you for your time, your patience, and your unwavering grace. To my SMOB Advisory Council, you were my team, my thought partners, and my backbone. You helped me dream bigger and reminded me every month why student voice isn't just important, it's necessary. To Mehul, thank you for being my tech wizard, my editor, and my late night fixer, and most importantly, my friend. I truly could not have done this year without you. To Sammy and Sam, thank you guys for being my thought partners. I know we don't always agree on everything, but I always love our debates, and I'm excited to keep them going at UMD. To Krish, Aneri, and Haley, thank you guys for being the voices that steadied me, for reminding me I'm not just a SMOB, I'm a person. And that's okay to rest, to reset, and to just breathe. To Lauren, from campaign chaos to board reality, thank you for listening to every rant, talking me through every spiral, and never letting me forget why I ran. I'm so grateful for your presence in my life. To Dr. Taylor, thank you for answering the world's most random texts at all hours and still treating every question with care. You made this role feel less intimidating and a lot more human. MCPS students are lucky to have you as a superintendent because of your thoughtfulness and heart, even if you're wrong about the grading policy. To my parents and sister, thank you for putting up with me when I came home exhausted, making me food before meetings, and dealing with last-minute suit shopping and inspiring me to serve. To my dad specifically, thank you for showing me what advocacy looks like. From fighting for our community during Clarksburg redistricting to getting a traffic light so we could cross the street safely, you've been my role model, and I owe every bit of success to you. And to the 160,000 students of MCPS, thank you. Thank you for trusting me to represent you. It's an honor that I'll carry for the rest of my life. I know our next student member, Anuva, is going to do a phenomenal job, and I'm excited to see all that she accomplished. And Anuva, I have just one piece of advice. Good luck with the boundary study. thank you all for the opportunity to serve.
Pernille is the first one who have shown me, actually introduced me to ChatGPT. And I still remember my first debate with him. He just joined the board not that long, and we are at lunch, and we have a spirited debate about cell phone policy. And we were on the totally opposite side of how we should handle cell phones. And thank you for showing me the AI. Thank you for strengthening us with your quiet, persistent advocacy, always representing the student voice. And even when you're the lone one on the dais, and it really is a strength. It really is showing us the service. And so we are really grateful for you has been part of the Board of Education. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I would like to open the dais for my colleagues to give their comments to welcome Anuva or parting words for Pernille. I'm going to start from Ms. Stewart.
Well, it's been quite a journey for both of you. But Pernille, I remember through the years before you came to this side of the table, and before I was at this side of the table, he would show up to these health and wellness Zooms, and they could be lengthy and not that exciting, but he was always there to give the student perspective. And I really gained a lot of respect for you then, because you opened our eyes to look at things just a little bit differently. And you continued that on the board. And I really appreciated the thoroughness in your questions, your logic, which was impeccable. I learned from you, again, how to see policies through the students' eyes. And it helps me make those decisions that affect all of our students. And so I think your perspective made us so much better. So thank you for that. I appreciate all the work that you've put in through the years. And I know at University of Maryland, you'll be making some good trouble over there. Mm-hmm. And Anuva, I met you through your advocacy, and I was able to meet with the group that you led a couple times to work through the workshops that you held. And I thought, wow, she put together this amazing group. And everyone was studying and looking at policies and the budget. And I felt so much better about our country today. And you helped put that together. And I know that your voice, again, will be extremely important to the board. And I have noticed through the years of observing the board that the student members are almost always the most prepared members of the Board of Education. And so I hope to learn from you as well through this next year. And I hope to work on some exciting issues that you want to work on. So I hope we can be partners. So thank you again. I know this takes up your lives. I get that. But try to get some sleep too.
Pernille, I just want to say how much I have enjoyed having you as a colleague. You are the most professional and congenial person on this board at the moment. He is. He always has his homework done. His questions and arguments are right on point, but his tone is always, always respectful of everyone's opinion. He's been a champion for the student voice. And if you don't believe that, I met with him yesterday, and what did he want to talk about? The grading policy. And I mean, he's outgoing, but he was still fighting for the change in the grading policy. You're a zealous advocate for all students, all of our students. Just watching you set up the student leadership meeting, showing how inclusive you were, that was really amazing. It's always a joy to meet with the students, but that was particularly a testament to your work as a SMOB. You're the first SMOB who wanted to be on the Fiscal Management Committee. Now, anybody that knows me knows what I really think about that. But that showed me that you had a deep appreciation for the hard work of the board, not just the glamour. Your ability to work hard, to do hard work, and to do it with grace and humor will serve you well in your future endeavors. I wish you well. I will miss working with you. And I leave you with this, a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Anuva, I also had coffee with you yesterday. She supports his position on the grading policy. I will say this. I want to say this to Dr. Taylor. They beat me down. I agree with them. I do. I agree with them. I really think we are going to have to take a look at this again. I really do. But I want to say to you, welcome to the board. It was great meeting and talking to you. I've watched you through the years, and I know that you're prepared and that you will bring the same energy and enthusiasm that every student member of the board has brought. Don't think that you have to know everything. Don't be fooled into signing up for fiscal management. I told you strategic planning is the way to go. So I look forward to you joining that committee, and be sure to ask any questions you need. We're here to support you.
Ms. Silvestri, and then we'll go to Dr. Taylor.
Okay, well, I want to thank you, Pernille, for your service for this past year. As has been mentioned, it is not easy. They go to school full time. They still have to get admitted into college. And they represent 160,000 students in this wonderful county. That's a great responsibility on top of being a teenager, growing up, spending a lot of time with the Board of Education day in, day out. So you've done it wonderfully, and as has been mentioned, just real serious about the issues, real in-depth knowledge, lots of questions. I enjoy hearing the perspective of all my colleagues, but especially the student, because it's a different generation. They are living it day in and day out. The decisions and the policies that this board decides on, they are experiencing it. So just wish you the best of luck. And the next year, you're not going too far away. I asked him if he's going to keep watching board meetings, and he said no. But yeah, so thank you for your service. You've done wonderfully, and great responsibility, but you've done it very well, so thank you. And Anuva, I had lunch with Anuva recently, got to know her a little bit better, and great story, great passion, great commitment, and I look forward to working with you. It is an honor and a privilege to represent the community on this Board of Education, and we have very important issues to work through this year, and so I look forward to learning more about you and working with you for the betterment of our students and our families. And before I close, I did want to ask the families of these esteemed young people if you could stand so we can give you a round of applause. Thank you for your partnership. We always say it's a partnership between the school and the parents and the families, and so I just wanted to recognize you. Thank you.
Dr. Taylor?
Well, let me just say, Ms. Wolf, I'm glad that they wore you down after we announced the changes to the grading regulation and not beforehand. But in all seriousness, Pernille, thank you. thank you for being an outstanding student member of the board. You had big shoes to fill, too, so I'm very hopeful. Inuva, I know you're going to make a great impact on MCPS, but you have done tremendous work, and it has not been easy, and you have stepped up and had courage to stare difficult challenges in the face and to address things through your preparedness and through your teamwork. And one of the things that I've absolutely admired about you, Pernille, is that you have lifted up others. There's a team that works with Pernille, and he has never hesitated to say how supportive the people he works with on a regular basis are and how he lifts up other people. And to me, that is just such a marker of your character as a leader and your marker as in your character as a board member. I'd also like to thank Pernille's parents and family. You have raised a phenomenal young man, and thank you for sharing him with us. We took a lot of time away from family time his last year in high school, and we just thank you for the sacrifice of having Pernille with us and doing the work of the county. He's had a tremendous impact on a number of different fronts, and I think what student members of the board realize very quickly is that the work is not all resolutions and votes, and it really is a lot of work behind the scenes. And I think that the students of MCPS can clearly say how well represented they were with your voice. You've been a tremendous mentor to your board member colleagues and to me. We have always looked forward and listened with bated breath to everything that you said because you bring such tremendous insight and well practiced and well researched homework to the board table every day. Inuva, you are coming to a great role in a great school system, and we are confident that you will elevate and build on the legacy of the SMOBs before you. I've had the privilege of working with Sammy for a day. That worked out. It was a good day. It worked out. It was a good day. Very good day. And Pernille with a year, and I can't wait to see the leadership that you bring to the table. We are so grateful to have excellent student members of the board. Thank you.
With that, we have a small token for Pernille as a parting gift. Would you come over, Pernille? So you're getting a very big tote bag, and then as a token to remember your days to serve, so this is his special parking, and then we have a wonderful book with all your memories on the board.
You can't park here anymore.
Yeah. And then a few other things here. And we wish you all the best at University of Maryland. Please come back and visit us. Yeah. And Inuva, we are so looking forward to working with you, and I love your energy. I think the coffee is the theme here, right? We all have coffee with our incoming student member of the board. I love her energy. I love how she brings her lived experience into our conversation, and I look forward to working with you, and I thank your family for sharing her with us, and we're going to take a lot of her time, but she's very well, very well respected and will be taken care here with all of us. So with that, I would like to invite everyone to join us on the third floor for light refreshment, and then thank you again for joining us today.